Hi, my name is Adam Dicker, and the first thing I want to say is how excited I am to be part of the America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry community. I'm also going to be a coach in the Biz Dev and Sales and Marketing Committee, and I'm really looking forward to that and meeting all of you there. To all the entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals here, it's a pleasure to connect with you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the former executive vice president at GoDaddy, where I spent years helping businesses grow their online presence and succeed digitally. Today, I work with companies to help them generate more leads, improve website conversions, and use AI and automation to grow smarter and more efficiently. One thing I've seen over the years is companies spend heavily on paid advertising and they don't take advantage or optimize the existing traffic or website that they have. You should be getting most of your traffic and leads and opportunities from your website, about 70 to 80%. In reality, your website should be the best salesperson working 24/7 to convert visitors into customers. That's where I come in. I help optimize your websites, improve organic traffic performance, implement those tricky AI tools and with automation, and build systems that reduce dependency on expensive ad platforms like Google and LinkedIn, while increasing your lead generation and customer engagement. My goal is simple: help businesses sustain their growth, increase conversions, and make your marketing work harder. So if you're part of the network and looking for ways to generate more qualified leads, improve your online presence, optimize your website, or leverage AI in your business strategy, I'd love to connect and learn more about what you do. Thank you again for this opportunity to introduce myself, and I look forward to meeting you all shortly.
I'm Mel Blackwell, the president of Blackwell Media Group, and I'm a proud member of the AVCCI. Joined recently and very, very supportive and excited about that. As president of Blackwell Media Group, basically, I'm a retired corporate fixer. For 35 years, I've worked in global companies, domestic US companies, to help boards and C-level teams try to figure out how to solve complex business riddles. In doing that, I actually decided to hang up my cleats because 35 years is a long time. I deployed behind enemy lines. I did not go in as a consultant. I took a full time role because I loved working with the teams. I loved building the teams, and I liked the smell of napalm, And so I worked in those different stints for 2 to 6 years, and in kind of graduating from that world now, I do keynote speaking at major conferences, at annual retreats for corporate teams, and kind of a hybrid of coming in to speak to a large crowd or even a small room, and then rolling up my sleeves and coaching and helping a team solve a specific complex riddle. In doing all of that, what I realized, I wrote a book called Uncommon Sense: How to Fix Your Workplace Culture in the Wild West of Business. In doing all that, I realized, reflecting back, for about a year, I wrote the book that I've been working on for 20 years. And when I finally said, all right, I'm going to write this thing, I realized almost everything I did was culture. And so I am somewhat of a culture architect. I've had a reputation of being very plain spoken. What you see is what you get, funny. I like to have fun, but pretty serious. And I can do some really complex, brutal stuff, whatever it takes to protect the culture and the good people. And so that's what I do now. I do the speaking and I work with people. Don't even be embarrassed. It's like, Mel, we have this really complex riddle we're beriddled by it. I'll come in, roll up my sleeves, and we'll slay that thing. So that's what I do, and I'm looking forward to it. And I highly recommend everybody support Kevin and the AVCCI.
Hi, I'm Stacy Simbrom. I am a member of the AVCCI. I am also one of the leads of the Women in Business Committee and the Health and Wellness Committee. I run a company called Reflection Project. I am a coach. I am an integrative wellness coach. And what that means is I work with individuals who want to optimize their lives, do better with their wellness, do better in their relationships, and feel better about themselves and the world that they live in. I take an integrated approach, which helps you to learn how to leverage your three centers of intelligence, which is your brain, your logic, your emotions, and your body, which is your intuition. I bring several different modalities into this work. I've been doing this work for about 15 years now, and I would look forward to working with you and collaborating with you in this space. If this sounds like something that you would like to learn more about, please contact me either by phone or by email. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting with you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christy Brink, and I'm the owner of Lux Escapes by Christy, personal travel planning, and the co-chair of the Women in Business Committee. I'm a passionate traveler and work closely with my clients to plan personal, curated itineraries around the world. I research the best value, work with local experts around the world, and provide convenience and support so you can travel more and plan less. I am relationship driven, so it's important to me to get to know my clients so I can deliver the best travel experience with each trip. If Women in Business resonates with you, please join me as we work to provide education, inspiration, and support for all women that join. I look forward to getting to know you all. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Suzanne Beck. I'm the sales manager at Preferred Events, and I'm a proud member of the Americans Virtual Chamber of Commerce, and I'm excited to be here. At Preferred Events, we are the preferred choice for your event rentals throughout the New York metropolitan area and beyond. Whether you're planning a corporate event, a charity walk or run, a fundraiser or gala, a festival, school event, or private celebration, we provide the rentals and the support needed to bring your event to life. Our inventory includes tents, chairs, linens, staging, flooring, fencing, structures, tables, and so much more. What truly sets us apart is the commitment to customer service and helping our clients create successful and memorable events. We work with corporations, nonprofits, schools, municipalities, and event professionals, and we'd love the opportunity to learn more about your upcoming events and what you're looking to do. If you're planning an event and need a reliable rental partner, please reach out. I look forward to connecting with fellow AVCCI members and finding ways we can support one another's success. Thank you for watching, and I hope to meet you soon.
Hi, I'm Tony Lucidi. I am the CEO and owner of Lucidi Technical Solutions, and I'm also a founding member of the AVCCI Tech, AI, and Cybersecurity for Business Committee. My company is basically a small consulting firm where I offer fractional CIO work. I help companies with their digital transformations into predominantly how to utilize the existing software they already have to help make improvements to their costs, make improvements to their processes, and really try to get them to utilize more efficiently the software they already have. Most small businesses, medium businesses, they don't have tech teams. They don't have a CIO. They may have an MSP or a vendor that can help them, but generally speaking, they don't have someone on staff that helps them with their technical decisions who has the experience that I have. I have over 35 years experience in technologies. Started with application development, website, mobile. Then I reached out into marketing. Then I branched out into business, and now I own my own company. I'm going to really highly recommend that you all join the Tech, AI, Cybersecurity, and Business Committee, because technology covers a multitude of industries. It's across the board. You can never go wrong by joining a technology committee that will help you basically determine and help you navigate the difficult natures of technologies. If you just look at AI in general, How many of you are trying to get AI implemented? What do you do? How do you do it? This is where this committee will come into play. I think it's a great committee, and I look forward to you joining us and becoming a member of AVCCI.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm Anthony Buonaspina, founder and CEO of LI Tech Advisors. We are a technical advising firm here based in Long Island. And this is the AVCCI Long Island Chapter Committee, which serves as a regional business leadership and innovation forum focused on helping Long Island organizations collaborate, modernize, grow, navigate the emerging business challenges that's going on right now at an accelerated pace, as we've all been seeing. So that's the goal of this committee is to help Long Island businesses and so on broaden their horizons here. Anyway, the committee acts as a bridge between like Long Island business leaders and the broader expertise available through AVCCI's national and international committees. Our mission is basically to unite business leaders, innovators, educators, technological experts, strategic partners to address the evolving economic, operational, technological, a lot of stuff in here. Workforce challenges facing Long Island businesses, very exciting. And the thing is, we want to do is also make sure we have the members feeding back and telling us what they'd like to see, how they would like this committee shaped. What are the big, items on their agenda that they would like to see addressed? We could pull in experts in any field pretty much and be able to have them speak on the behalf of the issue at hand. But the strategic focus areas, of this business, like, of course, I mean, I'm an IT guy here, artificial intelligence, business innovation. That's a big thing we've been doing internally ourselves. But to make sure businesses treat it right, do it right. Don't just, you want to ride that wave and not get crushed by it. Same with cybersecurity, risk management, business intelligence, data strategy, economic development, regional growth, manufacturing and supply chain innovation, compliances, legal, healthcare, regulatory changes, and challenges. As far as also, generating, workforce and talent development, technologically modernization, digital transformation is all, this is like what we're trying to do is encompass all the issues businesses are seeing and, again, focus on what is important at that time. Things changing very rapidly right now. Anyway, this committee leverages the expertise of existing AVCCI committees. We will doing some joint ones periodically as well to bring in, different views and so on. And we want to apply those insights to the unique needs of Long Island businesses. How's that, Kev?
Sounds great. It's very exciting.
Oh yeah,
And
this is
and
gonna
I,
be
I
good
truly
stuff.
appreciate your leadership in this.
Yeah, you did one breath. That was good.
I had a when you weren't looking, I did inhale.
It was all natural and spot on. It's very exciting and looking forward to next committee meetings. Absolutely, this is a great start for sure in terms of setting the tone and then addressing the mission of the committee and what we'll be covering moving forward is essential.
Absolutely. And
I
again,
thank you for that.
want feedback from the members of the
Absolutely.
direction we need to go and things and like covering like things, what works, what doesn't for businesses in general, knowledge share, very important. To help us grow as a business as well, talking to our peers and asking them what's working, what's not, what's going on in the industry, tools that are working, things to be aware of. And again, our target audience pretty much like CEOs, business owners, managing partners, CIOs, anything with a C in front of it. HR leaders, manufacturers, legal professionals, healthcare executives, educators, technological leaders in general, subject matter experts. We would love to have feedback from a broad range of different walks of life there.
Yes, sounds very inclusive, just like AVCCI.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds great.
So,
Well,
does the audience have any questions that they'd like to have answered?
I think the strategy looks good. I know I think these are like, the verticals, if you will, like Long Island chapter. And I know, as Kevin, your vision was different chapters in different locations. But then the intent is also to create like horizontals across industry, right? So manufacturing. So I think there will be some interesting overlap, manufacturing and healthcare and things like that. So like
Mm-hmm.
those are hopefully nationwide committees. As this expands, hopefully that vision, I think, Kevin, as you had said. So yeah, it'll be an good intersection,
Mm-hmm.
to bring those things together. So like it.
yes, any cooperation between manufacturing committee and Long Island chapter is also more than welcome to create
Mm-hmm.
synergies.
Absolutely. And also what's nice is getting a feedback from some, national different states and so on. As far as, some states are moving ahead in certain areas and Long Island's behind. In some cases, New York is ahead and, some of the other states are behind. I always like to think we're way ahead of the rest of the country, but that's not always the case. Some of the manufacturers and so on are falling behind, for example, with the CMMC compliances. They're falling behind on that. I would like to know why and maybe address it, maybe help them along to say this is something that has to be done. I have feedback from my peer members in other states is saying that companies are coming to them to get this done, and here we have to chase them. So, it's something which is, I'd love to see a cross country comparison of what's going on in other states versus ours and how we could basically learn from one another.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that'll create a lot of synergies and we can share the knowledge together nationwide. So that's important. And that's like you mentioned, certain industries, New York metro area, Long Island is actually ahead some for other regions actually. So that's a great way to create these interaction. So very important for the committee as well as to address AVCCI's mission.
Yes.
And manufacturing is one of them, absolutely. So, Naeem is our co-chair for the manufacturing committee. And Naeem, anytime you like, any interactions that you like to have with Anthony for any joint committee meetings, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, no, definitely. Kevin, just from your perspective now that I think it's been a month and a half, I think, something like that you've been. How is any update to people here and how many members, what's going on? And
Yes.
I don't know, maybe others are aware of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we passed 100 members already. So we are growing. Now we started the monthly committee meetings, so we need to, set the stage for the committees. Committees are, especially for the first meeting, it's a great opportunity to talk about the mission and also hear from other attendees as well as AVCCI members. So it's very exciting in that sense. The support coming from business community for AVCCI is amazing, and I truly appreciate it. And it also shows that there has been a need for this type of I have to say institution, and to address the need and connect businesses nationwide and create these educational connective environment for American businesses, nonprofits, and manufacturers. So it's been month and a half, and the progress that AVCC has been doing is amazing. And it's all thanks to our members, our co-chairs, our founding members. I mean, this is definitely teamwork that we are doing it all together. So kudos to you all, and I truly appreciate your support. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So that's in that sense exciting. So yeah. Is there a question, Anthony?
Yeah, and you might be able to answer this one. Are there manufacturing associates associations to track regulation benchmarks that we can partner with. If they are not working on the initiative that Anthony outlined and so on, like how would we help that? Like, very well.
Yes, absolutely. So there are different, of course, groups and associations and chambers for the manufacturing that we can definitely cooperate and join forces. So that's a great idea. And just Long Island alone, there are more than 3,000 manufacturers. So there's a lot of manufacturers in different sizes. So that's definitely exciting and
yeah.
important.
My background's engineering, and that's how I was working in defense contracting and so on. We did worked with a lot of manufacturers at the time and so on, and dealing with the compliance levels and stuff that we had to deal with. So yeah, that's definitely an important thing, and to also align the manufacturers, with something that says, look, these are the benchmarks. This is what we have to achieve. Here's the deadline dates. How are we going to do it? So yeah, and pulling in those other associations might be a prudent thing to do.
Definitely. Well, let's see. Eugene, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think in terms of the committee, one of the things that I see really facing most businesses, manufacturing, food service, like just across the board, is insurance rates rising, because the cost of items at this point is affecting the margins, the bottom lines, the ability for them to be profitable, maintain their employees. And one of the things that I would love to have is maybe Alex, who is one of our members, on calls or maybe even with the committee, the manufacturing committee. So as we meet these CEOs, as we meet these business owners who are facing these things, we can talk more about the regulations, about being more efficient, but also about being able to review their financials and see if we can help them be more profitable with some line items that we can maybe add value on. That's because we have a large finance committee here too. You have myself, you have Alex, you have a few people that are in the industry that can add that value.
Yes.
One thing will be important to, as we form this, especially early on, would be sort of to keep learning about each other a little bit more. I think, and that's going to be just the initial part, right? And as the membership grows, I think there'll be just the new members who need to learn, but everybody, just so that you sort of start finding your own natural partners, if you will, right? Like I think as Eugene, you said, hey, I'm finance and profitability and cost and some of those. I think you're just sharing those, and I was thinking through it. I'm like, oh, that perked my interest, right? So it's kind of like, right. So I think there's that. I think the true value from my perspective is, of course, learning from each other, which is everyday thing, and that just blows my mind every day when I'm learning something. And it's like, wow, that is there. But the second part of this is also to create collaboration where people, and I use the same language everywhere, but pretty much I say, hey, people can, when they go out to your potential client or existing client or prospective client, you're going with a few more tools in your tool bag rather than just your service, right? So you go there and say, so like the tech and IT tech industry, I'm like, there is so much happening in healthcare in the big beautiful bill. Whether you like it or not, there is some good stuff in there that is like, hey, do you know this, right? So do you know that's happening and things like that, which is important to understand, right? And then there could be like, well, I'd love to be a partner. So if somebody's already going in there in healthcare, then can they collaborate together and things like that? Those are the things I feel like also bring additional value, right? But again, that starts with saying, now I know Anthony's in this and learning more about it. And people pitching what they do today is also sort of it may not be a long-term strategy, but at least an initial one, so that we learn about each other is an important piece, I would say.
Well, we are recording this session, of course, is the first monthly Long Island chapter meeting. So we'll push it to the American Business Podcast ecosystem. Also, just for our records, let's go around the room. Let's talk about what we do, who we are individually as well, if that's okay. Then, when the American Business Podcast community reviewing these recordings, also they'll know who is who. So Anthony started it. So we are very familiar with Long Island Tech Advisors. But if you'd like to just say more in terms of introducing LI Tech Advisors, Anthony, please.
Sure. Again, Anthony Buonaspina, CEO and founder of LI Tech Advisors, been in business 35 plus years. I don't look that old, I know, but that's true. Basically, we are technical advisors first, several different divisions, including a managed service provider, which basically is the outsourced IT for a company. Then we also have AI governance division and also custom software as well as compliance. And we go in and have business level discussions. And like you were saying, is that I have 42 other strategic partners. When I go in and have a discussion with a business owner, I'll ask them about their exit planning. I'll ask them about what their plans are. And I'll pull in one of those strategic partners because I'm not an expert in everything. I can push one shopping cart down that aisle in the supermarket, not five. So I will pull in the experts as needed. So that's the kind of, we have discussions we have with business owners.
That's great. Naeem?
Anthony, great to hear that, and love to actually connect as well separately to learn a little bit more. So from my perspective, I've been 25 years in healthcare, manufacturing, and a lot of nonprofit that I have worked in, more on the business side. What I've taken all of that and currently consulting. I'm a part of a network of 200 individuals where we work with CEOs and CFOs of manufacturing, nonprofit, and healthcare. I think those are primarily, and we can probably work with everybody else, but these are the main areas: manufacturing, nonprofit, and healthcare, and improving their profitability. And we do that by, there is hidden cost in their vendor spend. And we come in and we take a look at all of that and all the overhead, direct material, whatever it might be. We just have 35 years of data. We are across 60 countries. So we just have a lot of data in the last 35 years we have collected. So we just know everything, what it should be baseline cost. And we come in, we take a look at it, and our goal is to help improve 20 to 25% in their cost structure. That helps them improve, invest in IT infrastructure, and all the other things that are there. So that's a very quick way of saying it.
Yeah, definitely would like to connect up with you offline.
Yep.
That sounds great. All right, Eugene.
So I will say, Naeem, I think I have a strategic introduction for you already based off of that synopsis of what it is that you do for companies. So I am Eugene Rodriguez, JP Morgan Business Relationship Manager. I am in the Long Island area of Melville. And the long and short is we help companies with the same strategic solutions, only on the banking side. So any business, we are industry agnostic. So any business we can assist with streamlining their costs, cutting down their fees at the bank, making their banking seamless, and giving them a point of contact for anything as mundane as account opening to cash management solutions to the more complex financing of the business. So we are here to kind of be a liaison and cut the time that it takes to do your banking and give you a strategic partner on the banking side to advise you on the next steps and how to continue your growth. With that said, I will say one of the things that I was thinking about, and we should take advantage of everybody within our committee. So Adam Dicker, who's on my committee, is very, very, very good at lead generation. And I think maybe Adam and Anthony can connect on maybe an AI that we can use internally to create the spheres like Naeem is speaking about. So we can naturally have smaller meetings, that connectivity that'll allow us to continue to grow and find those strategic partnerships within the group itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, Eugene.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Okay, who do I have? Joseph? Want to introduce yourself? Or Phil? Hey, Phil.
Hey, Anthony.
Unmute and hey.
Yeah, thanks. Good
Tell us a little
morning.
bit about you and what you do.
Sure. My name is Phil Viciano. I'm an independent college and career coach. I also started a nonprofit organization, a 501c3, Helpopedia. We're focused on youth development and parent support. And one of the initiatives that we took on, which Eugene mentioned his name, I was so impressed. So Adam Dicker is on our team. He's on our board, and he is a master of lead generation. And we initiated a special needs directory. We launched April 17th. And we have over 10,000 visitors a day. So he can really make an impact. And Eugene, I'm not sure if he mentioned to you that we're identifying a lot of people are coming across from financial support. And so this is an opportunity for JP Morgan or other banks to be interested in us providing opportunities for them. We really haven't scratched the surface on the financial support, but we're getting hits that this is the most pressing need that they have. We have some content on it, but not a lot of professionals on our listings to help them and support them on the financial side. So we've come a long way. Our goal is to provide a comprehensive special needs directory. We consider we're the only game in town. There's a lot of websites that have helpful links. But it's limited, and ours is still growing, and we're just scratching the surface, which is the saddest thing that we haven't spent time on focusing in our resources on something so important. But we are doing it now, and so we were invited to at a conference in DC to share the special needs directory in front of NCSA, a severe autism group. National group. And so we're making an impact. We're working with the executive director, and we just keep building every day. And so this is something that is positively having an impact on my life because I'm impacting others. And so making a difference is an opportunity. And we have internships. So for the students out there who may be listening, certainly reach out to Helpopedia and or specialneeds.help, and we can provide you with lots of experience. It's non-paid until we could get enough millionaires to donate to our amazing cause. Thanks.
So, Phil, great job. Sorry, I had to jump in. I was kind of waiting for. Extremely excited to learn about that. Extremely excited. Just before a couple of things, because one, I'm on the board of a couple of important large nonprofits here on Long Island. The other being, I am currently working with NACA Technologies. They are in Islip, if I can say it right, but different versions I've heard. So
it's okay, Islip.
Islip, okay. Well, that's what works for the Islip. So I'll say that there is an event coming up where we are trying to figure out. So I can talk to you about providing employment to special needs and things like that. So there is some strategy that's being discussed. You all probably already know Paulie Patcher for Long Island Cares. He was the ex-CEO. Everybody who's on Long Island probably knows Long Island Cares and the ex-CEO. So he's partnering with me and the CEO of NACA Technologies. So we can talk about it a little bit. Maybe there's an opportunity there. There's an event that they're planning. Might be worth for you to be a part of.
We could promote the event. We're a directory, so if they'd like to be on our directory, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
And then we could share the events that they're having to give them more visibility.
Yeah. Let's talk. Yeah. It'll be good to connect and just see what there might be some opportunities. It looks like you're definitely passionate about it, and I enjoy that. So great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Naeem. And yeah, so I put my information in the chat. So if you'd like to do the same, and Eugene too, thanks.
Also in the past, in the American Business Podcast, I had the pleasure of having Paul Pector, Naeem just mentioned. So we had a great discussion in the American Business Podcast. He was the CEO of Long Island Cares at that time. And yeah, absolutely, he's very active in non-profit field and very important person to connect and collaborate. So I'm glad this connection is happening. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Of course.
I was a little slow on the unmute before, so hope you don't mind if I chime in right
Sure,
now. Great
you're
to see
up,
everybody
Kev.
here this morning. Most of you, I believe, we've already met and we know each other. I'm not sure everybody on here, but I'm Joe Beauchamp. What I do is I work with business leaders, helping them to develop essentially their people skills. So any person who's got people on their team or people as customers, those are my clients, and improved communication, morale, leadership, and company culture, all those things that help businesses work better, work faster, work easier, more profitable with less headaches. What can be better than that? So nonprofits. Phil, let's talk about this youth stuff, right? So I definitely love working with youth. I've done some what I call my emotional fitness training with youth. I wish every young person was able to understand how their emotions work and how to interact with other people in healthy ways, and not, as they like to say, crash out on people. So the culture of this area, anyway, is really amongst young people. They value a lack of emotional intelligence. So I'm here to help swing the pendulum in the opposite direction, bring some sanity, some emotional control, some emotional maturity to our young people. So oddly enough, that applies to businesses as well, right? We don't understand in business how the emotions of our team members, our salespeople, our customers, our partners, how that plays into the decision-making process. So helping people to navigate that is one key component to leadership and sales and relationships and just good business. So anyway, I'm on the American Business Podcast with my International Leadership Podcast. If you're interested in being part of that, give me a holler. I'm also on LI News Radio every Friday afternoon from 4 to 5, catching all the people that are driving from driving out east in the traffic at that time. So if you're interested in that, give me a holler for that as well. If you just love to connect, I'd love to have a one-to-one chat with all of you. That would be great. I also host Live to Lead, which is coming up. It seems like it's far away, but it's really right around the corner. January 22nd of 2027. It's a Friday, so it's like a little more than 6 months away, but it really is. It's going to be upon us super fast. So Live to Lead is a full-day leadership conference that I host. Not sure if any of you have been there before. You've probably seen promotional stuff on social media. So thank you, Phil, for your endorsement there. I said that in the comments. So yeah, if you want to chat, give me a holler. I'm happy to work together with people. All of you are great networkers. I see you all around and active on social media and stuff. So I'm happy to be part of this team. I'm looking forward to AVCCI. Kevin hears me say this all the time, but I'm looking forward to AVCCI breaking 1,000 people really quickly. So it's going to be the hottest thing in the US.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe, thank you for your support. How about your committee coming up?
Oh yeah, coming up in like 2 weeks, we have the Leadership and Management Growth Committee. Christine Daniels and myself are co-hosting that, and it's really about helping leaders to see things differently and be able to manage their own leadership so that they could manage their teams better. We know, like, it's a guaranteed fact. Better leaders get better results. We always want to focus on getting better results, but we don't put enough focus on developing our own leadership, and that's how we're going to get better results. We often think our team is not performing the way they should, and meanwhile, we can influence their performance, right? So everybody has this performance level that they could they're gonna fall within a zone. Their own performance could be anywhere down at the bottom of their zone or the top of their zone. And that same individual on two different teams with two different team leaders can perform vastly different. So if we can become that better version of ourselves, a better leader, better communicator, better listener, we can enhance that performance of the people on our team. And really we're going to see, some of my customers that tell me, Joe, if you told me the numbers that we're getting today, last year or 2 years ago when we started, I would not have believed you. I would have thought you were crazy. And not only are we making these amazing numbers now, but it's actually easier. Like, it's just less frustrating now making these numbers than when we were doing half of this a year ago, because everyone on their team knows the vision, they know the culture, they're adhering to good leadership principles, everybody's rowing in the same direction, and growth is a lot easier. So that's what this subcommittee is looking to try to instill in all the members. Anybody who just wants to show up, we're coming up. I want to say it's July. Let me just look at my calendar. July, I think it's the 14th. It's the second Tuesday in July. Yeah, July 14th, 8 a.m. We just got to work on where. Let me find you guys back again.
Registration is open on the
registration's open.
AVCCI website. Yes.
So hopefully I'll see all of you guys. Invite your friends, network partners. It's free to join in any of these meetings. So I'm going to promote it across social media and see who can show up virtually on July 14th. So it should be great.
Exciting.
Yes.
Phil, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to make a comment to Joe. That's why we started Helpopedias, because we saw the gaps associated with students and what skills and knowledge they didn't have, and how unprepared they are for life, school, college, and careers. So we wanted to address the gaps that are not covered in school, may not be covered at home. And so your lane is definitely needed. And it shows a lot from the students too. I mean, they have so much anxiety, they have so much stress, there's so much peer pressure. And it seems that like it went to another intensity. And then with COVID, it really had a huge impact on them.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, with working with adults for all these years doing leadership development, I would get people that, they're in their 50s or 60s. They're like, Joe, why didn't I learn this earlier? Like, why hasn't nobody said anything about this, sooner? And I'm like, you're right. Like literally a high school kid could learn the same thing that I'm training you. Like, and these people are not, they're not slouches. They're multi-million-dollar successful business leaders, but they just lacked certain skills. They just weren't aware of things. They just muscled through using, success isn't accumulation of all your skills. Success is mostly, you do a couple of things really well and you kind of fake fudge or force through all the other things that you don't do so well. Right. So, but I'm thinking like I could train all the things I'm training people as adults. I could train this to high school kids. And so I started to develop a program that I call What Matters Most. And it's all of the skills, interpersonal communication skills, emotional skills, leadership skills, relationship, understanding people, listening, all these other things that we just don't teach kids in school that we could teach them. They'd learn it. It's going to be more applicable to life than most of the stuff that they're learning in school. Things that they're going to use every single day, that it's going to make a difference in everything in their life. And so I call it What Matters Most, and it's still under development. So hopefully that program can come out soon. I had a team of teachers working on it, writing the curriculum for that. And then we put that on hold for a while. So I got to get that reignited and get that out to the school districts. But yeah, things that, kids can learn it and it's going to make their lives better. Everyone's going to be in relationships. Everyone's going to have a job. Everyone's going to, have a spouse or have kids, whatever. And they're just completely unprepared.
Yeah, we don't have. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so first of all, Joseph, I heard everything you said earlier, so I would definitely love to connect. As far as what you're saying, one of the best things and one of the most consistent things I've seen about business owners who have had sustainable growth and success is they build a team around them. And I think that's the whole concept behind our group is we're forming together as a team. So you're absolutely right. When you talk to some of them, they lack knowledge around all the parts of their business, but they are smart enough to accumulate the talent around them to be able to make up for those shortfalls. So that's one of the things that I consistently see in sustainable businesses.
Yeah. Yeah. And recognizing that, right? So as a good leader, recognize, hey, listen, I'm not even supposed to be good at everything. I should be aware of what I'm good at, what I'm not, and I should get the person who's good at the thing I'm not good at and let them rock their skill set, right? So you certainly don't want to micromanage the person who's filling in your gaps.
But Joe, I mean, I say is that I wish that was done when I was in high school and, graduating and stuff. I mean, there was no guidance. You just go out into the world and you're like, okay, what do I do now? So it's so important because I've spoken in front of, because I have a lot of clients at the schools and also I've spoken in front of BOCES, kids there and everything. They're like sponges. They will take, they just like to hear the information. And you're absolutely right. They are very capable of absorbing this information, and and they appreciated the fact that we gave them our view of like what we're looking for from a potential candidate, an employee, what I'm hiring, what I'm looking for. And I did a whole thing with them, and it was an exercise and so on. But it's so important. I think that's very valuable for the kids today.
So soft skills are not part of the curriculum. And so we're never grading on soft skills. And it's so important in life and work, career, but it's not on the radar of teaching. And so this is why there's such a demand for soft skills training, or it's an obvious thing, but maybe businesses and corporations don't want to invest in their people for those shortcomings that are really essential. So those are essential skills you're sharing, and it's not on the radar of curriculum. And so as long as that's happening, it's the proactive education plug here for AVCCI, is to get in front of this. And who owns this? It's the student who owns this. It's the parent who owns this. And the question is, are they going to partner together to determine what are those skills that they need? And are they going to build a team, like you mentioned, around them to help and support them, because the parents aren't experts in everything. And so that's the key, is to teach the parents, you've got to surround your kids with experts. You've got to be surrounded by experts. And this should be your constant mindset. But that's not the case, because we didn't learn this in high school. We didn't learn relationships in high school. We had to figure it out ourselves. And if we ever figured it out.
I'm still working on it.
Interestingly, most of us were raised in two-parent households where, at least we had mom around, right? And dad came home consistently, at some point in time in the evening after a hard day at work. And, we had a reasonably stable family life, where kids today, they don't have that. They got either two working parents, or they've got one working parent and no other parent, or, we've got a mishmash home situation for a lot of these kids. So the school might say that these skills are things that they should teach at home, but they're not teaching them at home because they're not there, right? So, and kids are learning from social media. They're learning from every crazy thing that they find online. If you look at the stuff that that kids are absorbing today, they don't have. There's just it's just nothing valuable.
They don't have the skills to deal with confrontation. A business and life, you engage confrontation consistently, and it's the way you engage it, the way you're honest, upfront, transparent, and able to communicate what the problems are and what the solutions are, that actually make successful people. So I am totally in agreement with you. I had an issue recently with a vendor who I used for repairs on my home, and for 2 weeks he went radio silent. And when we finally did talk, his explanation was he didn't want to disappoint me because things were being delayed. And, as people in many realms of business, we understand that communication is actually what continues the trust, which is the core of every business relationship.
Yeah. So that's such an interesting point, and I'm going to use that story, no names or anything attached, but I always say that there's three main character traits of good leadership. One is humility, two is trustworthiness, and three is courage. Right. So here you have this person who had delays. He had to have a difficult conversation with you, and he avoided it. That's a lack of courage, right? So he didn't own up to doing the right thing by you, and so therefore he ends up disappointing you even more because he's too afraid to have a difficult conversation. Say, hey, by the way, your job is being delayed because of these factors, and some of those factors might be my fault. But if I went to you and said, hey, listen, Gene, I blew it. I didn't order the materials on time. I accidentally ordered the wrong stuff. And it came in, and now the right stuff is delayed, whatever. I completely blew it on your job, and I'm delaying this process 2 weeks. It's all my fault. But as soon as the stuff comes in, we're going to get it on the road, and we're going to go with it. That's going to be an uncomfortable conversation, but you're going to be like, wow, Joe's a good guy.
One of the things we learned, especially working for a Fortune 500 company, is no one cares who actually messed up. You take the accountability, you explain what the solutions are and what our options are from here, and then you move forward. And people tend to respect that more than going, oh yeah, someone in the back office that maybe overseas internationally made a mistake, and that's how this all happened. It just is passing the buck and just makes you sound like you are trying to push it off and don't respect what their issues are with the situation. So I'm in total agreement. It's all about accountability and just the way you explain what the options are, focusing more on the way forward than what happened on the back end.
I had a client one time as a manager, and I was coaching him. I was coaching his team. He had a sales team, and he comes to me and he starts talking, and everything that's coming out of his mouth is an excuse, and I just smile at him, and he's like, "You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right." I didn't have to say a word. He goes, "Okay, it's my fault. I did," and he just did a 180-degree turnaround because he knew that I'm not buying his excuses. And it was just funny because he's just, like I said, he's saying these things, and rather than like get mad or whatever, I just smirked, I just smiled, and he realized, like, okay, it's my fault, I did it, and then he fixed it, and it was good. So
I bet you because of that, you would do business with him again. And that's what really counts, is once someone does that, you just kind of you build that relationship up and that trust. As you said, it's all about the equity and the investment that you have in people. Clients always tell me it's about how much skin you have in the game. And you're invested in him when you take that level of accountability. So
absolutely.
Okay, great discussion. I learned
Clearly a very important topic, Joe. You struck a nerve with struck a chord with everybody.
Good. That's what I'm here for. Shake things up.
Go for it. All right. So we're coming to the end here right now, right? So first of all, before we wrap up, I want to just thank everyone for taking the time to be here today. All right. As we discussed, this committee isn't about presentations or sales pitches. It's about bringing together business leaders from across Long Island to collaborate, share ideas, learn from one another, help each other solve real business challenges. All right. So going forward, we're going to meet once a month for an hour. Each meeting will focus on a topic that's relevant to the business today. We're going to take feedback from the members as well regarding that. Whether it's AI, cybersecurity, workforce challenges, leadership, economic trends, something else that the group wants to explore. We'll also invite subject matter experts from other AVCCI committees to share their knowledge, when it makes sense. But I really like this committee to be driven by the members. And if there's topics you'd like us to cover, speakers you'd like to hear from, challenges your business is facing, let us know. All right. Our goal is to make every meeting valuable and worth your time. So thank you again for being founding participants in the Long Island chapter. And I'm looking forward to building something meaningful together, helping strengthen the Long Island business community through AVCCI. And have a great day, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Anthony. Good seeing you. Good seeing everybody. We'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later.